Okay, so we back and I got my special guest here. What's your name? It's like, no, I'm joking. This is my husband, Lamar, and he's going to be bringing some male perspective to this conversation. Basically, this topic is going to be about, we're going to start off with Paige and Chris. Okay? So it starts off, the whole episode starts off with Chris talking to the producers, and the producers are like, are you going to tell her? And he said, I don't want to tell her. And he was very pushy about him not wanting to tell her. So finally, she's basically like, well, you need to tell me what's going on because you're telling everybody else and you're not telling me. So I'll let you go from there.
Chris is a whole weirdo. Just how he even presented it to her, like, why would you even bring it up and then be like, you know what, it's not, you know.
Right, like he brought it up and then stopped and said, but I don't want to talk about it, basically.
Not only did he bring it up, but he was like, here's something that's devastating. It could be devastating. You say something can be devastating concerning your marriage, and then like, you know, don't even worry about it. Like, don't worry about it. Like, just the way he carry it is, he's just an obnoxious, weird
I want to curse.
Right?
He's a weirdo.
He's a whole weirdo.
Okay, so moving past that part, she knows about it now. Now, Paige goes to Brianna to talk to her about it. Perspective about Paige talking to Brianna, she was being real with her. She was keeping his sister with her. Like, first of all, no. Like she said, I'm going to support you regardless. However, on the side, she like, I hope she leave. Run. Get out of there. That's just about the way Chris came to Vincent about it and Vincent's response to it.
The question that Vincent asked him, like, well, if it was the other way around, if she was pregnant, like, how would you carry it? Like, and he was like, look, we all know that, you know, if it's on the other foot, men can't deal with situations like that as women can. And he came right out like, yeah, no. Well, he said, if I was her, I would be out. And she should be out. And the situation itself is sticky, but just how he been treating her from the beginning.
I'm not attracted to you. Then it's, oh, I'm growing attracted to you. Then it's like up and down.
I mean, that has happened on the show with other couples that they haven't, you know, started out being attracted to each other, but it's a way you go about the way you go about it. Like, even if you know sometimes the physical attraction isn't there, that doesn't have to be said. I mean, even if you say it can, if you say it in a certain way, it can be respected. Yeah, honestly, could be respected.
Right.
But I'm sure you talked about this in the past, the ignorance of it and just the cockiness about the situation, how he carried it was just disrespectful, even talking to her friends and all that. I know you went through all
now that he's talking to Vincent, he's like, oh, I want to work through this. Now he's worried about how she's feeling. I'm wondering what's on her mind, but I want to work through this. And I don't feel like that was sincere.
No.
I just don't feel the sincerity in it.
I get from he one of those. He plays on people's emotions. Like,
he's a manipulator.
Yeah, he's manipulating her emotions. He know that she's into him, and like she's like all in. And what he's doing is he's dragging her through the mud and then wiping her off. Meaning, he can be ignorant. He can do and say what he want. Well, he's going to try to do and say what he want. He has been thus far. But then he with a kind word or a kind gesture, he can reel her right back in.
Pretty much.
And we both know people personally is like that.
Well, I did like the advice that Brianna gave her when she was like, be selfish. Like, she basically was like, be selfish in this moment. Think about you. Don't think about him. Don't think about this unborn child or his ex. Think about you. What is it that you need? Is this good for you? Because if this is not good for you, then that's the decision. You know what you got to make.
Because in marriage itself, like, if you're not happy, how can you make the other person happy? And it's your responsibility to make the other person, you know.
There's no way. You can't get past that. Like, you can't even begin to try to make somebody else happy if you're miserable. Yeah. And so that when she told her to be selfish, I'm like, yes, Brianna. Give her the advice. So then Brianna get back together and talk about what they just talked about with Chris and Paige. And basically, I feel like in that moment, they like, dang, like, you know, it'll be nice for everybody else to be doing so good like we are. However, like, it just made them really appreciate each other even more. And Vincent was just like, dang, you know, basically, like, you stuck by me when my grandmom had a heart attack. I can tell you gonna be there for me. And that's all I really can, you know what I mean? That's all I can ask for in a mate. So in that moment, it just seemed like, and it be like, it's like that, like, somebody else's heavy weight on you and on your relationship. You're like, wow, let's just, like, buckle down and just be close, because we got to sit here and watch this unfold.
You know, sometimes looking at other people's mess make you appreciate what you have.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much, like, they are right there. Like, that's just a crazy situation. I'm glad, you know, that's not us.
Right. The part that bothers me, I'm back at Chris and Paige again with this situation, is the fact that how fast he can will her back in. Like, one minute it's like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is too much. I can't take this. Where do I go from here? He say a few kind words. And then it's like, okay, let's work through this. Now, for instance, let's talk about the dinner they went on, the date. This is the first time they talked after her finding out the news of his ex-fiance being pregnant. And basically, he was like, I said all I needed to say. You go ahead and talk.
Thank you. I've already said everything that I can say. I never got any feedback or anything, so I don't know what's on your mind.
To be honest, I'm confused.
What are you confused about?
So, do you know, like, how far along she is?
6 weeks.
So, when was the last time that y'all were interacting?
6 weeks. So,
yeah, like, all of a sudden, she beautiful. Everything about her is beautiful, but not too long ago, just a couple days before that moment, he was struggling trying to find something beautiful about her, something to be physically attracted to her, about something attractive about her. He couldn't find it.
And then the part for me was, so Paige asked him, did you tell, well, what did your ex-fiance say? And then he giggled. I was so pissed when he gonna giggle and say, well, I had to tell her I was married. But first of all, damn it, what's funny? I don't like the smirks he gives. I don't like the giggles. I don't like that. This is not no laughing matter.
It's condescending. Everything he does is condescending. Nothing seems genuine with him. Even his apology.
And then he like, I apologize. You deserve better. You my wife. What he said don't matter about her or the unborn child or my parents. Like, you come first before everybody. And she just, all the things you want to hear. The will you right back in. Like, come on. I was here screaming at the TV. Like, you gotta be kidding me.
She want love so bad.
But that's not love. You gotta know what love is. What does it look like? What does it feel like? How does it treat you? How does it make you feel? That's not love. In 3 days, you've been married with this man. You knew him for 3 days. Come on. Like, give me my plane ticket back. I'm going back to Atlanta.
And the statement she made when she was talking to one of the other couples. I forgot which one it was. But she was like, before the conversation they had over dinner, she was about to be on her way packing her bags and on her way back. So it took for him to say that you're beautiful.
He's just said all the things that she wanted to hear. And again, it's not genuine. So it's just words. It's just words. And it just pisses me off. I want to talk about when all the group got together, because that was my favorite part of this whole episode. All the couples get together to talk. You see every couple talking about how well they're doing, how good they're connecting. And you can just see the look on her face. You could just see the look on her face when they see how good everybody else is doing, and they're just not doing that well. He's even irritated. He looks like he barely want to hear about everybody else's relationship. You could just see the look on Paige's face, both of their face. And he act like he was he act like he was embarrassed. You should be embarrassed, sir. You should. You are a whole disgrace. You're a mess. All right, I'm done. I'm done fussing. Everybody seemed like they mushed well together. Paige asked the group, do you want me to tell him or you gonna tell him? And he giggles. Here we go with these giggles. First of all, he thinks what's funny? What's funny? Why is you laughing?
What, you ready to fight?
I'm ready to fight. Where is the boxing gloves? What's funny, sir? Ain't nothing funny. And then he got the nerve to say, oh, everybody seemed like they supporting Paige. Everybody said they did for Paige, but what about me? I almost cursed again. What about you? You a damn mess.
Yeah, he the one dragging it through the mud.
You dragging her through the mud, talking about, oh, ain't nobody support me. So then he gets up and he walks away. Goodbye. Good riddance.
And she chased after him, trying to be supportive.
Here she go trying to support him, and now he's pushing her away like, oh, I don't want to be bothered right now. I don't want to talk about her. This is what I mean by 1 minute he's one way, the next minute he switches it, and then the next minute he's one way again. I don't like that. Basically, you feel like if she don't hurry up and get out of this situation, there's going to be some real damage done.
Yeah, she gonna make some big damage goods.
It's just sad.
And what to be crazy is, she's try to stick it out, and he dragged her through the mud, mess up her self-esteem and how she look at herself.
And she got so much going for herself.
Yeah, then when she come across someone that's deserving, there's going to be a lot of work that needs to be done.
Unfortunately.
Because of this clown boy. Yeah, he's a noodle. A whole noodle.
So let's move on to Eric and Virginia. Basically, it shows them at the pool talking. This is the first scene that they're in, right? Eric's talking about how he want to share his life, how he's going to be there for Virginia regardless. I feel like that their conversation in the pool about him being a little overprotective or a little jealous. Virginia seemed really irritated by that, and like basically she trying to say that she has male friends. How you feel about male friends?
No, not how she talking. Not how she talking about her and her male friends is. Well, not that she went into detail how they are, but she's saying pretty much most of her friends are dudes. Nah, I ain't with that.
No, it's too much. And basically, I mean, I understood where he was coming from, where he was just like, all right, well, it's no way you could be that kind of friend. There's probably some type of attraction there. Now, that part, I do know people can be friends without being attracted to each other. However, attraction can grow over time. So you just got to be careful when you have the, close friends of the opposite sex.
Yeah, got to be boundaries.
Right. But I do feel like when they did their one-on-one date together, it was nice. They was out by the water and the waterfall and all of that. And he was basically just telling her, that he's going to be there for her regardless. She seemed very reserved and very concerned about his work schedule. Now, here's the thing. You knew he was a pilot already. He told you what his job was. He told you that he's out sometimes 2 to 3 nights out of a week. He's out 15 days out of a month. So he's out half of the month. So that may be a concern for him, for both of them, in my opinion, because he's going to be out for work a lot, and she likes to drink and party, and she got male friends. So you mix those two together, it's not going to work.
Yeah, she a lot younger than he is.
She's younger. She's, want to explore.
Yeah, I can see that being problematic.
But I also feel like he has a whole lot to offer in reference to growing her up and just giving her a sense of calmness and giving her a sense of security. She talked about at their date, well, I believe, we both can contribute even financially to the relationship. And he's linking, like, I'm not thinking about nothing financial. Like, I'm going to take care of you and support you regardless. Like, you barely know what you want to do and what you're going to be doing as far as a career. I have a career. He's a veteran from the military. Like, he has a career. So he's basically like, we're good.
And I do like the fact that he was upfront about, like, listen, this is what I do.
Period.
And this has always, been an issue in the past. So I'm letting you know now, if it's a problem,
it's over.
It's over. Like, it's over.
Period. Point blank, period. And I do like that about him, but that's that mature, that's that grown man stuff. Listen, that's that grown man stuff. That's why in the commercial you see him about to dig. He better beat Chris up. I said, Eric. Yeah, but no, he was like, yo, like, you need to respect her. Like, he really felt some kind of way. But I'm saying, though, he's like the grandpop of the show. Even though Jacob act like a grandpop, I feel like Eric is more to, like, put your foot down, like, grown man status. Like, what? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to...
He don't look like he got it in him, but...
Oh, yeah, I think he got it in him. And I feel like he... he like his new wife. And he want to see where it goes. So he's willing to bend and shape certain things just to make it work. But at the same time, he ain't no nut.
No, and you can tell he got principles and morals.
He got morals. He got, values and things that he follow. He been there and done that already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's willing to compromise with certain things. Like,
certain things.
Is what it is.
Okay, so then in finally, I wanted to talk about Virginia and Eric showing up fashionably late. I got the best laugh of the night when they showed up. And they were talking about how well they were doing together. And then basically with Chris, I mean, let me be exact. Let me be exact what he said. Eric said, Chris, what the fuck is going on? When he said that, I hollered. I said, you know what? Get him. So mind you, everybody else said, oh wait, y'all wasn't here. Y'all don't know what's going on. He like, oh, what you mean what's going on? Yo, I don't know if they was just drunk. They been drinking all night. Yeah, they already got there late. They was on like popcorn. You hear me?
Yeah, they was lit when they got
there. They was litty. So, yo, let's talk about that. So what you think about his response, or pretty much everybody's response to the news, and then specifically Eric's response to the news?
For Chris to fold the way he did, like, everybody seemed more supportive. I thought they would have been getting in his ass, but they were just more concerned.
They're not as judgmental.
Yeah,
they're not putting a whole bunch of they're not imprinting their feelings on the relationship, because they got their own marriages and they just kind of like sitting back and just saying, I'm here for you. But I think that's where Eric come in, because that's the reason why Eric bumped heads, because he's not one to just sit back and be like, oh, Paige, I'm here for you. He like, no, man, you wrong.
He ain't even come off strong, well, for real.
No, Chris don't like nobody checking him, even if it's in a nice way. Chris like, oh, who you think you are? I'm telling you who I am. You wrong.
He ain't even come out and say he wrong. In that situation, he like, they was just like, yeah, we support y'all. No. Like, there's no judgment here. We support. And Chris, he got on the defense real quick. He's like, listen, like, I don't feel the need to explain myself to nobody. Which he, really don't. But, they didn't. They just like, damn, like, what's going on? What we miss? So, but you can, they're gonna bump heads.
They're gonna bump heads, and then I was laughing because Virginia, she don't know what to tell her mouth either, because she talking about something. Well, is your ex-fiance respectful of this? And then Paige saying something like, oh, well, I guess we gotta see. And then she said, well, y'all got 9 months. I said, Virginia, you better stop for Paige slap you. They had no chill. And then Chris walks away talking about this is like a zoo. It's a zoo because you one of the zoo animals.
Yeah, and Paige, she was sitting there looking crazy when.
Okay, our baby is coming, stopping us. Okay, so I appreciated my husband's chiming in. Basically, he watched the show this time around because he was like, every time I would watch it, he really wasn't that into it. But this season, he was like, let me see what's going on. So, yeah, I really appreciated him coming in and giving me his 2 cents, his 50 cents. Yeah, so that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. Listen. I just feel so bad for Paige, whether she want to feel bad for herself or not. I'm just seeing this unfold. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Give me your input. Make sure you put your comments below. Make sure you subscribe so that we can stay friends and we can talk and we can chit chat. You know, I'm very good at getting back to you. If you got any questions or anything you disagree with, let's chat. Thank you for watching Real Talk with Lady T. And I will see you next time. Next time.